Do we ever listen? You may not think it, but we do actually listen to you. I appreciate that may seem odd, because you think the way we act means we cannot possibly be listening to you. We take no notice of what you say, because we still go ahead and do the same things that we have done before. We keep repeating a comment as if we have never heard your answer the first time around. You remind us about the time we had our meeting, and we turn up late or not at all. You could be forgiven for thinking that we are very poor listeners. The reality is that we are actually very good listeners. The difference is that we choose to hear differently. When you are shouting at us, advancing your argument in a forceful manner, we will be responding to what you are saying, usually with denial and deflection. We are not interested in what you are saying. We are concerned with hearing your feelings. We want to hear the strangulated and seething anger that manifests in your words, because then we know, along with seeing your contorted and reddened face, that you have reacted to our provocation, and accordingly you are providing us with fuel. If you are hurling insults at us, calling us names, and berating our dress sense, weight, and intelligence, we are not wounded by these criticisms because the fact you are spitting with venom, shouting them in a rage, or shrieking with delight as you insult us, means that you are providing the emotion that equates to fuel. Of course, you're challenging our superiority, so we will react. But this is not because we are wounded. It is because we know that there is more fuel to be obtained from you, and therefore we wish to provoke you further, and also we need to put you in your place. The harsh names just dissipate because we are not hearing them. We are hearing the emotion of what is being said. That is what matters to us. You can devise the most original insult the world has ever known, but if you throw it at us with emotion, then all we hear is your emotional reaction. Have you often wondered why we are smiling when you are arguing with us? It is because you are giving us what we want. Fuel. Oh, and also because we know that smiling at you will infuriate you all the more. We listen to you with considerable attention during the initial stages of the seduction. We ensure that every snippet of information, every morsel of knowledge that will assist us in seducing you and binding you tight to us, is heard and absorbed, filed away, in readiness for use at the appropriate time. Each time you reveal to us a new restaurant you have found or a new play that has just opened, which you like, we take notice. When you tell us about your friends, we listen in anticipation of bringing them under our spell also. When we listen at this juncture, you think we are attentive and interested in you. Indeed we are, and your reaction to this is praise to us, thus providing us with fuel, and to feel attracted to us, thus binding you to us. Our interest, however, is not as you would normally perceive, because our interest is born out of the use we can make of what you tell us, in order to further our own agenda. We also listen to you to understand how our behaviours affect you. We listen to the praise and delight that you gush forth, and we note what we did that caused this. When we subject you to devaluation, we soak up the fuel you pour towards us. But we also listen to how it is affecting you. You tell us about how it hurts, how you cannot sleep, how you feel anxious, how you feel sick, how you are frightened, how you do not understand. We do not care how you feel, but we are most interested in you telling us this. This forms feedback based on our various manipulations. As we gather the fuel from your tearful pleading, we will also ascertain how what we have said has had an effect on you. We listen to you explaining to us how you feel, because we do not feel it ourselves. We need to learn from you in this respect. We need to learn so we can mimic, as when the need arises. We need to learn that if somebody feels a sense of loss, then they will cry. Accordingly, if we anticipate losing you, then an appropriate reaction would be to cry, for a mid-range narcissist, for example. We have learned from what you have shown us and what you have told us. See, I told you that we pay attention to you. We also listen so we know just how effective our manipulation has been. Is what you are telling us explaining a minor degree of hurt or sadness, or is it more substantial? We do not know ourselves because we do not feel sadness ourselves. That redundant emotion was either stripped from us or never allowed to develop in the first place. Accordingly, in order to understand what makes someone sad, a little bit sad, or devastatingly sad, we have to observe your responses and listen to what you are saying. We do not stand and listen because we are concerned, because we want to find a solution to your state of sadness. No, that serves no purpose to us at all. What we are doing is listening to the detail of your misery, so we can replicate it. We can replicate both in terms of pretending we feel miserable when the occasion suits us, and we also replicate it to make someone miserable for the purposes of control in the gathering of fuel. It is through listening that we hone our manipulative skills. It is through listening that we learn all about you, what you like and what you dislike, what your hopes are, and what vulnerabilities you have that we can exploit. Through listening, we understand how you feel so we can mimic this. It is through listening that we are able to comprehend how you are affected by what we do. Yes, we spend a lot of time talking, telling the world about how brilliant we are, and this is of course the way of what we are. But you would be surprised at just how much we actually do listen. Just because we may not be listening based on what you deem to be important, it does not mean that we are not listening at all. Far from it. Accordingly, next time you plead that we listen to you for once, or that you beg us to listen to what you are saying, you will find that we are, and you will come to regret it.